Yo, Everyday Superpower signing in. Right, this is a copyright free image I have got off the internet, so YouTube can't um, punish me. Uh, I'm just going to write hello on it to show you that I will be doing a little bit of a run through of what I can see and showcasing that to you on this video today. We'll keep it nice and brief and just sort of see what we can observe. Understand that these individuals in the photo may probably know that they are being photographed at the time, so you have to understand the context of what we're seeing before us. There might not necessarily be a truly organic communication, but there still will be a communication of how they feel, honestly, given that their body can't lie to us, all right? I did do observations and communications of dating situations in real time. If you want to access that, click the link in the description. You beautiful commenters were telling me of how great the content was. So feel free to check that out. YouTube don't like me doing that, so I've had to put the real game behind that link elsewhere. Okay, I will be uploading onto that site in a very regular basis, right? So first and foremost, let's see what we can see. So it looks like two individuals cracking up, smiling at each other, right? Looks like that, right? Have a look at his eyes. Does it look like he's looking at him? And have a look at the other fella. Does it look like he's looking at him? All right. He's looking above and beyond. He's not even looking at him. And he is looking straight past him. So they're not actually making eye contact. They're not gazing at each other. They are not actually communicating with that depth. They are trying to put it on unless they are both engaging with somebody off screen at the same time. Okay. So that's the first observation. Yeah. Now let's keep it moving. Let's have a look at these sunglasses. So he's thought consciously it looks cool and it's a good place to put the sunglasses as opposed to on the table. He's hung it from his shirt, right? Now what I want to ask you is, this is where we have to start questioning things. Is that a defense mechanism to protect the stomach so he's not completely exposed? Or is that the contrary, as to where it's pulling down, exposing the throat, exposing the neck, actually showcasing a little more vulnerability, honesty, and, comfort in the environment? So these are the things you need to question, because it could mean so many different things. But as we look at the cluster, what we can also see is that he's not crossing his arms, he's not concealing his torso, he's not concealing his midsection. His legs are spread, exposing his groin, exposing his, extremities to the world. His feet are down here. We can't see his feet, but they're not locked inwards behind the chair. So he looks, at this moment in time, quite comfortable and quite confident as far as the ventral side, the torso, the trunk is concerned. Yeah? So what we've got on this other fella, look, bada bing, bada bum. We've got the same, we've got some degree of mirroring going on. So with it being such a bizarre showcase, like we don't see people hanging their glasses from there unless it's a cultural thing. We don't see people hanging their sunglasses from there on a regular basis. So either it's been a mirroring due to friendship, or they've done so for the photo. Okay, and it's fixed. And these glasses were elsewhere, but they've been told to take their glasses off for the sake of the photo, or get them out of sight, and they've both hung them onto their t-shirts and so forth. You tell me, I don't know, right? This guy is not as open as this guy. Right, he's not as comfortable. Now, this isn't purely down to you have to think, right? The mind follows the body and the body follows the mind, right? So he's got a laptop on his lap. Not only that, but he is creating a barrier with his arm, which is crossing out his chest and stomach to the world. He's doing that by holding what seems to be a phone with two hands, right? Is it a phone? more than likely a phone, right? You know when you use your mobile phone, for the most part, you can use it with one hand. You hold it with your hand and then you use your thumb. I mean, if you are uncomfortable and want to really hold on to your phone, if you're walking down the street and don't want to have it stolen and so forth, you may hold it with two hands. This person should be comfortable in this environment, so either he's holding it with two hands because he feels uncomfortable letting it loose, or he is using it as an object to not have that security in oneself like this fella has. Alright? He looks a little more insecure in doing so. And as I said, the mind follows the body, so what we've got is the laptop covering the groin. Now, he might be the most comfortable, secure person on planet Earth, but just by what he's doing, by concealing himself and hiding himself behind these objects, his subconscious is going to have him feel in that particular way, all right? And he might not consciously be aware of it, but that's the truth. That's the way it's going to be. If these two were dating, if they were going out on a date, it would be... It would nullify the communication. There would be a physical, which equals a subconscious barrier between the two's communication. So the laptop would go on the table. The phone wouldn't be in between them both. And that'd be the way that is. Alright? Him himself, right? This guy on the right hand side is creating a barrier of his own with his hand. Arms on the armrest, as you can see, blocking the communication. Because this arm is not resting on the armrest. Alright? A plus would be he is actually swayed towards the individual. So there is a little bit of a leaning, okay? There's a little bit of a leaning, but there's not that full comfort as to where he can let this guard down, this shield. Alright, it feels comfortable, that's why he's exposing all of this. But he still has the shield up, okay? Just to ensure he doesn't get harmed in this communication to whichever, potential threat he considers. Alright? I mean, what else can we see from here? We've got a rolling up of the sleeves, which is a showcase of masculinity, the masculine forearm. As we know, when it comes to men, strength is developed through the forearms and the trapezius muscles. That's the showcase of power and strength within a man. So the showing of the forearm is a sexual display. It's a masculine display. All right. I mean, it's not as masculine as the spread legs as the other individual, but that is what it is. Now, if you have a look on the table, I don't know whose objects these are. Well, actually, we've got a mobile phone on there, right? Is that a mobile phone? We've got a mobile phone resting on the table, yeah? Which, considering he is holding his mobile phone, I assume the mobile phone is this fella's. So he is taking up territory on that table, okay? He believes he has the right to own that part of the table, if not the entirety of the table. You see? Because he has placed his possessions upon it, like somebody who owns something. He has left his mark upon that table, okay? So through this image, whether it be fake or not, I have the right to believe this guy is more comfortable, more confident. He is sitting more upright, he is elevated, he is in a more powerful position than the person who is slouching. Don't get me wrong, I understand the chair, aids in that. But what he feels is comfort because it puts him in his rightful place below the other individual. Yeah? Height is a status boosting method. When we elevate our height, we elevate our masculinity and our power. If you were to look at the millionaires and the billionaires within the world, you'll see that there is a trend of those whom are taller being in better positions, generating more income, having a better choice of procreation with better suitors. Okay? Without further ado, I'm going to sign out. So that was just a little test drive. Like I said, if you want to see me assess things in real time and give you the real game, click the link down in the description. And until then, I'm signing out. Everyday Superpower. Peace.